Listen, gentlemen, I cannot tell you enough how important it is for you to affirm and reaffirm your wives. Listen, men, if you're dating someone, rather than what you can get from them, why don't you start focusing on words of affirmation, as we see in this text, about how important that person is, about how special she is. Because he says, don't you understand? You may think you're common, but when I look at you, I see something special. I see something that's beautiful, something that is a gift from God. A lily among the thistles, so is my love among the young women. Listen, fellas, you want to bring a woman down, you start comparing her to some other lady. You start saying, well, if only you did such and such, maybe I would be a little happier with you. That's demonic, fellas. Women, if you do the same thing to your husbands or your boyfriends, you say, boy, I wish you looked more like so-and-so. You're tearing them down. Solomon gives the perfect example here. He says, you are special. I don't have to make you look like anybody else. You matter to me just the way you are. That also means that as time goes on, don't compare your spouse to what is younger. Your standard of beauty, understand me, your standard of beauty is your spouse. Your standard of handsome, ladies, is your husband. You don't say, if only, older ladies, if only he was Sean Connery. Hello. I know that one spoke volumes. Middle-aged lady, if only. I'm grasping for a man's name. George Clooney, there's one. If only he was George Clooney. He's not George Clooney. And younger ladies, there's probably 50 of them you can name. Don't even go there. But the point is, do not compare the person you're with to somebody else. If there's anything you get from this text, understand that the interaction between them, and we're going to see more of it in just a second with how she responds. Don't compare. Don't put them in a place where they feel like they have to change to make you happy. Now, if we're not healthy, then obviously it's a good thing for us to change for ourselves and for our health so that we can be in the relationship even longer. You with me? But that doesn't mean the expectation should be, you have to meet my standard of beauty because you no longer match that. The Word of God says that's demonic, that it's inconsistent with His Word. He says, amongst all of the women, you're beautiful to me because you are my standard of beauty. And she responds. Here's where the heat starts turning up a little bit. She says, as an apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my beloved among the young men. She says, you stand out. In fact, you're my man. I've only got eyes for you. Even if he's a little older than some of the younger men. She says, you stand out. Listen, women, your words really do matter to us. Women, understand that whenever all we hear is nag, 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 that's not a good thing. And men, if you're not listening to them, they're going to continue to go nag, 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 nag. I got a whole lot of people that either drop their head or they're going. Why? Because what we say to each other matters. It is so important, women, that we men understand that what we are doing is important to you. If your husband, catch him doing things right. I don't care how long it takes you to find it. I don't care if you have to look and look and look and look and look and look. Keep looking. Why? Because it's so important. I've had women tell me, when I first started giving him words of affirmation, our relationship changed drastically. Why? Because you're giving him love. You're giving him respect. You're finding things that he is doing right rather than all the things that he does not do that meets your expectations. Hello, is anybody listening? Every man in here is going, preach on, brother. Preach on. Why? Because it is so important. Women, I don't want you to miss this. I have been nailing the men for the last few weeks on how they should act and behave. This week I want you to understand this. Whenever you constantly put us down, we become less of the men that we're supposed to be the protector, the provider, and the man of God that we're called to be.